Hi everyone, it's Friday. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to share a project. Several projects actually. I've been working on some rosettes. I've been working on a card for Crafty Bean and also not an ATC, but an IC, an index card that I wanted to make her anyway, so let's get started. Let's start with my rosettes. I entered this rosette in Jamie's challenge and wasn't sure if we were supposed to use a colored image. Probably. Maybe I failed the challenge. But anyway, I like how this one turned out. I used paper from my stash that I'm trying to use. I'm trying to use things that I already have. I didn't want to go out and buy. This is a paper doily that I made into a rosette. And then here's another smaller rosette, and then this is a button from my stash. So I love the white kind of stands out, makes the rosette really pop. And then I added some beads, some pearl beads, some grosgrain ribbon that I had in my stash. This is one of many straws that I own. And this is the first one I made. I think I made a Halloween one, but it didn't turn out as nice as this one. So I really liked how this came out. This is some trim that I got from Big Lots. It's sort of like that eyelet trim. Kind of like how it just adds a little bit of texture to it. So that was my first one. And then this is the second one that I started to make. I'm not finished yet because I didn't add any trims or ribbon, but I did back it with a paper doily this time. More of that paper. This is a fabric doily that I added. I had this in my stash for some time. Here's another rosette. This is a 1 3/4 piece of paper that I scored with my Martha Stewart scoreboard at quarter. I think it's 1/2 inch, and then this is a 1/4 inch, and this is an inch strip of paper. So even though you don't have rosette dies, you can certainly make them if you have a scoreboard or even just a paper trimmer. So you don't really need a die or the scoreboard. So if you do, there's lots of ways to make these, and there's so much fun to do. This is a metal button that I had in my stash, and I added some twine. So very simple, and here's another black and white straw. I probably got these from like Target or even Walmart. So those are my rosettes. Then my card for Riley, Crafty Bean, Tina Kappa is doing a challenge on her channel, and I am really late. So Tina, I don't have to be entered. I just wanted to make her a card. I am a mother of 2, and I can't not imagine my children going through what she's going through, so I had to make something for her to cheer her up. So this is the it is the Hello Kitty die I've had for many years. I've used this on another card, and it is the Hello Kitty sitting with bow. So it's a very old die. I think it's a Biggs. No, it's not a Biggs die. It's just an original die. So I used that. I used a die from a little yellow bicycle called Smile. Not called Smile, but the word Smile. I paper pieced the colors. This is paper from Michaels, this Hello Kitty paper in the background. This is a 5x5 size card. I added some sequins from my stash, and that's it. And then I also backed it on the back with the same paper because you couldn't really see it in the front because this Hello Kitty's pretty big. I cut her out of chipboard so she would be really sturdy. And then I layered all the papers on the chipboard. And then I just layered the back with more paper. I've seen several ladies here on YouTube do the same thing, and I just wanted more of the paper to show. So that's what I did there. So that is my card for Riley. And then my IC card, I've done this before with a swap with Yvette and Yvonne here on YouTube. And and that was the only time I made an index card. So I went back in my stash. I have a die that I used. It's an older die. It's a Thick Cuts telephone and address card, and it's from Ellison. It's a very old die that I'm trying to use my dies as much as possible. So I cut that out of chipboard, and I cut it out of pattern paper. It's almost the same color as my rosettes, or the same paper of my rosettes, because I love the vintage look. I'm going to put all my information in the back for Tina, and I just wanted to make another IC card. And this is just stuff that I love. I love the color pink, so I added some pink trim. And I also love pearls, so I added some pearl trim. I love the sewing theme, so I added some buttons from my stash, and then the word love, you know. And then I layered in the background paper doilies. I do love doilies. So, I mean, these are just things that I love. And I hope it's not too bulky. I know that she didn't want it too bulky because she's putting it in a box. And it might be. I'm sorry. And then here's my tab on the top. I just punched that out of, it's Stampin' Up! Punch, I believe. Yeah, Stampin' Up! Punch. I don't know what it's called. I think it's I don't know if it's retired or not, but it's maybe a curvy label. I'm not sure. But this is also from Little Yellow Bicycle word love. So I really like how that turned out, and I inked the edges with some black and brown Ink It Up ink. I had this for so long. I think it was when I went several years ago to a scrapbook expo, and I didn't buy any ink because when I went to classes, at the time I was really into inking up the edges and stuff, and I didn't want to bring my distress ink, so these were like $2 for $1 or something at the expo, and I just bought a brown and a black and went to my class. So anyway, I used that up, and I kind of grunged up the background lace, and I just like how that turned out. So this is coming to you, Tina, today, as well as my card for Riley, and here's my rosettes. So here are my projects for this week. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a fabulous day. Bye now.